Hey everybody, I thought I would come on and do an impromptu Facebook Live. I literally just got out of the shower, that's why my hair is looking all kinds of fabulous right now. But I wanted to come on because I did something this morning that was really fucking stupid, and I was like, I need to share this with you guys because there's this idea that coaches or people who, like myself, experts who talk about weight loss and mindset and how the scale is bullshit and things like that, there's this idea that we are perfect. There's this idea that we aren't really real human beings. And I like to show up as is all the time online. I like to really show who I am. If you're on my email list, if you're one of my, I'm kneeling on my legs and I'm gonna go numb feet. If you are a lose, live, learn insider, today's email was very much about, this is me being realistic, right? I have just got out the shower, I've pinned my damp hair on top of my head, I've put some clothes on, and I'm like, guys, I've got to come and talk to you about this because it's important. It's really fucking important that we understand why the scale can be such bullshit. And yesterday I shared a blog over here, my good friend Shannon shared it with me, and it was all about runners losing weight and the idea that you must lose weight to be able to run faster. The blog was amazing. Basically, spoiler, it's bullshit. You don't need, it's not about losing weight to run faster. There are so many other important elements. So this morning I got up and I was making coffee. Obviously that is my morning routine. Got up, made coffee, standing there thinking, what am I going to do today? Feeling really refreshed, really, really good. And I walked into our living room and I stepped on the scales. Yes, scales sit in the living room. We've had these scales for many years. And I mindlessly walked over and stepped on them. I hadn't planned to weigh myself. There was no real thought about it. I had been measuring myself, my chest, my waist, and my hips every fortnight for the last 6 weeks. And I'm seeing progress. And I feel in myself, in my body, I feel amazing. So, I'm not worried about what I weigh. But this morning, I mindlessly walked into the living room, stood on those scales. Last time I weighed myself, right, which was a few weeks ago, I weighed a square 199. That's the truth, right? I weighed 199. I don't care that I weighed 199. I was just like, all right, cool, let's move on. That's what I weigh, let's move on, let's get on with it. This morning I stepped on the scale, so I don't know, 2 to 3 weeks later, maybe, and apparently I weighed 212. 212? Really? 13 pounds of fat? No. Okay, so here's the thing about weight. Our weight can fluctuate, and I'm saying our as in women. Our weight can fluctuate by 2 to 8 pounds per day. 2 to 8 fucking pounds per day, right? Seriously. Because you know what? We have so much other stuff going on inside our bodies and our brains that plays a huge part on how much we weigh when we step on the scale, right? So here's the thing. So you might be like, well, maybe you just weigh 213. Firstly, it doesn't matter, but I know I don't. I mean, I do because that's what I weighed, but I haven't gained 14 pounds of fat in 2 to 3 weeks. It's not happened. How do I know that? Because I haven't done anything different, right? I haven't done anything different to what I normally do. I train, I eat. I eat to fuel my body and my lifestyle. My diet 80% of the time is whole foods, lean proteins, high fiber, lots of water. I supplement. I manage my hunger, my energy, and my cravings on a daily basis. The way I eat today is the same way I was eating last week and 3 weeks ago. It hasn't changed. The only thing that has changed is last week I was very, very tired. Very, very tired. A little bit stressed. Monday, had a little bit of a meltdown about this because I was feeling exhausted. I was burnt out. So here's the thing. The idea that we need to be thinner to make us, for example, quicker on if we're running is bullshit. Because you know what's more important? Not over exercising, not getting burnt out, getting some sleep, not having cravings and not binging, and all of that stuff is what causes us to gain weight, gain fat. Hi, Stuart. So for me, it's irrelevant, right? It's irrelevant. I stepped on that scale this morning mindlessly. I don't even know why. It's like I wasn't standing there thinking, oh, maybe I've lost some weight. Oh, I'm looking super thin today. Like, I measure myself every 2 weeks to see, because I think I have to still be mindful and aware of where my body is at. I know that I've increased my cardio and my general activity for 10 hours now a week. I've increased my activity. I'm teaching spin, I'm doing more cardio, I'm moving more, right? Just standing up and walking around the gym and whatever else I'm doing, I'm moving more. This week I got back and was lifting heavy weights, yesterday and on Tuesday. But this scale does not tell us everything. I don't look in the mirror and go, oh yeah, there's the 13 pounds I've supposedly gained. Because our weight can fluctuate from 2 to 8 pounds per day, right? 2 to 8 pounds, that's a massive amount. If you're on a diet, like, that's horrifying, isn't it? Right? Wouldn't it be? If you're trying to lose weight and you're trying to diet down and lose weight, that's a horrifying thought. But it happens and it's real. Our bodies know so much more about what's going on than we even realize. And so me mindlessly stepping on the scale, obviously there was some reason there why I decided to do it, but I just thought to myself, it's such a pointless activity sometimes, because all you're doing is causing yourself more frustration. Now, I get it. We need to know. We want to lose weight and we want to know how we're making progress, and I understand that, but there are so many other ways that we can measure our progress than just stepping on that scale, and the scale doesn't tell the whole story. For me, I know that I've been sleep deprived. I know that I've been really, really exhausted, both physically and mentally. Today and the last couple of days, I'm feeling amazing. I'm feeling great, right? So my body weight doesn't really affect that. My mindset and my ability to go out and do the things I want to do is affected. That's the stuff that matters. Me being able to go out and do things, go to the gym, lift weights, whatever it is I want to do, whatever it is you want to do. If I can do that, then does it really matter what the scale says? No, it doesn't matter to me, right? It doesn't mean that I don't want to make progress. It doesn't mean that I don't want to eat in a way that manages my hunger and my cravings. And it doesn't mean that I don't have goals, because I do have goals, and those goals do require some fat loss and a lot of strength training. But the mindless activity of stepping on the scale, right, ladies, when we do that, when we step on that scale and we just want to see what's up, it can really fuck with our heads. It can really, really affect how we then feel about ourselves. And within a matter of seconds, we have decided that we're not worthy, we're not good enough, we're kind of shitty, we've, oh my God, we need to go on a diet, we need to restrict ourselves, we need to cut out everything that's bad, we need to go to the gym and run for the next 3 hours. That's the snowball that happens from stepping on the scale. The scale is one tool. And it happens to be a tool that doesn't tell you everything. It's the same as BMI. BMI is one tool that does not tell you everything about yourself. Plus, your weight and your BMI do not dictate your self-worth. They do not tell you whether you're a good person, because honestly, if you're a good person, then that's what matters. And your weight can be changed, and you can eat differently, and you can move, and you can do things that are going to help you to manage your weight. But the scale and BMI and even your measurements, none of that stuff decides what kind of person you are. And it's just such a quick turnaround for us to go from feeling amazing to feeling like shit. Now, I didn't feel like shit. I actually thought it was really funny. And as the more and more I thought about it, and I was saying to myself, why? Why did you step on the scale this morning? What was the point of that? What was the point of that action? I realized that I needed to come on and talk to you guys. I needed to come on because, for me, for so many years, I need to move, my legs have gone numb. For so many years, I wanted to weigh 145 pounds, I don't know. I wanted to weigh 10.5 stone. That was my goal weight. From the age of 16, I wanted to weigh 10.5 stone. Why? Because when I was 16, I went through a period of time where I was trying to lose weight. It was my last year of high school. I hadn't really had a boyfriend, and that of course completely dictated how worthy I was of love and everything else in the world. And you know, at 16 I didn't really have much else to do, so I went to the gym. I cut my calories, I ate, I managed my hunger, energy and cravings. Like, this is a silly thing. Back then I kind of did manage it. I didn't have binges. I didn't eat necessarily the healthiest, but I ate, you know, what I knew was low calorie and healthy for me at the time. I was young. So, and I went to the gym like 5 times a week. And my best friend at the time, she weighed 10.5 stone, right? She weighed 10.5 stone. And she, never mind the fact that she's like, I think she's like, I'm 5'3". I guess she's maybe 5'6", 5'7". And she hated her body, by the way, but I loved her body, right? So I had always been overweight. I'd always struggled with my weight, and here she is, my best friend, who is taller than me, is thinner than me, her hair is blonder than mine, she can tan and I can't, the boys love her, you know, I want to be like her. That's my goal. Right, quite clearly, I was never going to be her because, one, I can't grow anymore. I'm not going to get any taller. Secondly, I don't tan. That's just, I'm not going to tan, and I'm not going to put myself in that dangerous position. But at the time, at 16, that was what I wanted. I wanted to be taller, I wanted to be thinner, I wanted to be blonder, I wanted to be more tanned, and I wanted to fit in. I wanted people to like me the same way they liked her. Now, she liked me. She was my best friend. And she weighed 10.5 stone. Bearing in mind at that time, she hated how much she weighed. She wanted to lose weight, right? She wanted to lose weight. I wanted to lose weight. I wanted to just get to her. And I'm standing around thinking, how do you not like how you look? How do you not understand how beautiful you are? Why do you not understand how good your body looks, right? You can see? So I didn't get it. I couldn't understand. Yet she had the same insecurities as me. She just looked different. And ever since then, ever since the age of 16, 10.5 stone. That was what I wanted to weigh. And you know what's really, really interesting is my mum had exactly the same mindset growing up. But hers was, she's taller than, my mum is taller than me. She's actually, I don't know how tall she is, but she's taller than me. And it was the same for her, except she wanted to weigh less. And it's just, you know, it's this stuff, you know, all these things that come up as we're young women, that somebody's told me I'm not good enough. Somebody's told me that my weight is not acceptable. I've been bullied. I've been called fat and a pig and cow. And that stuff happens. And you see someone else who you know who is seemingly liked and admired. And yet it doesn't matter that she has the same insecurities, because on the outside, and that's what people are judging you on, she is liked and admired. So therefore I wanted to be the same. So 10.5 stone, that was my friggin' goal weight for my entire, you know, my teens, my 20s. And, you know, her and I were friends up until a few years ago. And it was, one of the sad things is I realized our friendship was based solely on kind of competition almost. You know, it was like, who could lose weight? Who was going to diet more? And it's really sad because I kind of regret that happened. I regret that we're not friends anymore in that sense, because, you know, we're both now 30, and it's like, you know, as we got older, we should have been able to see, but we just didn't. And it just became what our friendship was about. And when I lost weight, she wanted to know what I was doing. And then when I wasn't losing weight, it was kind of like, okay, cool, now it's my turn. And it was just this back and forth of constantly. And, you know, it's exhaustive, right? Spending your teens and your 20s constantly thinking about what diet you're going to go on and how you're going to lose weight. And I get it, I do. And you know, our weight loss, when weight loss is about health, then it's super important, right? It is. But when weight loss is about a competition, or because you're being told that you're not worthy, or that you're not good enough, or the boys aren't going to like you because you're not the right size, like, that's just bullshit. Because you know what, when you're 16, it doesn't matter, because when you're 30, it's totally different. When you're 20, it's different. When you're 25, it's different. As you grow up, things change. And not for everybody, and I get that, but for most part, things change. And your weight means less. And if we could just stop for a second and think about why it is that we want to lose weight, and think about doing it about our health rather than just specific clothes sizes, or because the fucking fashion industry tells us that we are not worthy or that we are not good enough, or, you know, they put these models in front of us who don't even look like the models. Like, the models don't look like the models. What the fuck are we supposed to do if the models don't look like the models? And not only that, the models don't look like the models are photoshopped, and the models have the same I've said model a lot, and they have the same insecurities, right? And it's like, we're told constantly that we are not worthy, that we are not allowed to wear clothes that we like because they don't come up in our size. Thank you for the love. That they don't come up in our size. Oh, ow, my legs. And we're told this. What are we supposed to do, right? What are we supposed to do when... Hi, Beth. What are we supposed to do when we are being told that we are supposed to look like that model, but that model doesn't even look like the model, and she also hates her body, right? Or she also wants to diet and is being told that she's also not good enough. Like, what is good enough? What is acceptable? And that's the reason that I do what I do, and it's the reason why I had to come on this morning, despite the fact, hi Helena, you know, I washed hair and throwing some clothes on and just coming to you, because it's so important that we get that message across, that every single one of us is worthy, and your body is not offensive, right? Me wearing a shirt with like a cutout on the side, it's not offensive. If somebody finds it offensive, bye-bye. Like, seriously, it's not offensive. And for so many years, I hid away. I resented having to buy plus-sized clothing because fashion industry didn't set up or design clothes or cut clothes in a way that was flattering. I thought that I was only going to be worthy when I'd earned my body, when my body finally fit into shorts and a bikini and leather jackets. And those were just three of the things I held on to for pretty much my entire teen. From a really young age and in my 20s, I wouldn't buy these things until I'd earned my body, because that was when I'd arrived, right? That was when I was worthy. Now, let me be clear. Easy is earned, right? If you want easy, then easy is earned. To get to the point where I'm at now, I've had to work really fucking hard to let go of that 10.5 stone mindset. Let go of the fact that I can't get any taller. If I want to dye my hair blonder, then go do that. If, you know, I want to put fake tan on, then that's fine. But I'm not going to lay out, and that's my own value. And that's decided by me. And it took a really long time to get to that point. And I know that so many of us are still struggling with the comparison. And comparing yourself to other people, it's a mindfuck. It really, really is. Because if you're constantly trying to be someone else, then you're losing who you are, and you're not really knowing who you are, and you can't be that person. You can only be the best person you are. You can be the best version of yourself, right? The best version of yourself. And you owe it to the world to learn about you, and you owe it to the world to show up and learn who you are. And you would cramp in my foot. You owe it to the world to learn more about you, and you deserve to be comfortable in your clothing, and, you know, to be able to wear things that you feel comfortable in. You shouldn't have to stuff yourself into clothes that don't fit. You shouldn't have to feel like you can't go clothes shopping because someone has decided that that shop isn't going to run in that size. And you know what, also, for the girls out there who are having to shop plus size like I do sometimes, let's just, you know, this whole bullshit idea that plus size clothing, it actually, like, what's the word I'm looking for? It's, that plus size clothing encourages obesity, that's the word. It doesn't. If somebody is losing weight, right? If somebody is healthy and exercising and moving and taking care of themselves in the best way they can, but they happen to run a little bit bigger than, say, a size that runs in Topshop or H&M, because let's be clear, H&M is like just their sizing, I don't even know, like I have to apparently be 7 foot tall to fit into their trousers. But if you don't fit into those stores, what? So all of a sudden you being able to look comfortable and nice and not having to have your trousers dig into your waist or having to have a bra that causes you to have like boob spillage, like seriously, what? We're not allowed to feel that way? We're not allowed to feel good about ourselves? We're encouraging obesity because we want to feel comfortable when we go out? That's not fair. That's not fair. That's offensive. So yes, I did something stupid this morning, and that was weighing myself. I don't know why I did it. It was a mindless activity. Making coffee, walked in the living room, stood on the scales. And apparently I'd gained 13 pounds in 2 weeks. I haven't gained 13 pounds in 2 weeks. The scale is bullshit. Our weight can fluctuate 2 to 8 pounds every single day as women. If you are sleep deprived, check. If you are overexercised, somewhat check. If you are a little bit stressed, also check. You are going to see changes and fluctuations in your weight. It doesn't mean you're not good enough. It doesn't mean you're unworthy. It doesn't mean anything other than the fact that gravity has decided that's what you're going to weigh today, right? That's all it is. Gravity's decided that's what you're going to weigh on this particular day. So my phone battery is running down. It's telling me that it's less than 10%. I don't want to lose you guys in the middle of this kind of rant, but it wasn't meant to be a rant. I just wanted to come on. It's almost like a public service. Like, seriously, you know, you can measure yourself in various ways. The scale is just one tool. BMI is one tool. You know what's, there are so many other things to measure, and your self-worth is not in a number. You get to, you know, be you and live your life, and it's the only body you have, and you are doing the world a disservice if you're trying to be someone else. And I spent so many friggin' years trying to hold on to that idea of 10.5 stone, and it's like, it just doesn't matter, and it doesn't serve me. It doesn't serve a purpose. So that's it from me. I am gonna leave you guys alone. I'm gonna go get some work done, probably dry this hair, and have a great day, guys. I hope you have an amazing Thursday, and whatever your goal is, go kick butt. I'll see you all soon.